Hey YouTube, what's up? It's me, Poke, back with another video. So today I'm going to be bringing you my in-depth Glacors guide in lieu of my magic training since I'm going for 120. And as you can see, I hit 30 mil just recently, so still a long ways to go, but I'm on the way there. Anyways, jumping right into it. So for the gear and inventory, you want to have full mage armor, whatever that is for you. I bring Superior Void because Voidscape, and you could just substitute that with anything else though. You could even degrade all the way down to Virtus or the God Wars armors. And then for the cape, any mage cape, you don't need an Ammu Souls. Once again, any mage Ammi. For the weapons, I have size. That could also be a Nox staff or a chaotic staff or any tier 80 weapons. You could probably even get away with using a Armadyl battle staff, which you can get from here, which I'll go into later. For the ring, Asylum Surgeon's ring can be helpful. That's just an all-around great ring. And no specific aura. This is just part of my loadout that's not intentionally there. But for this, you definitely want to have a Charming Imp if you ever plan on training summoning, because these are amazing charms. About 100 crimsons and blues an hour, if not more. And I'll go into that in a second. And then, so for the inventory, you want to have, depending on how long you're going for, but if you're going for a 2 flask trip, you want to have 2 overloads and 2 prayer renewals. Teletabs you probably won't need, I just bring these everywhere. And then however many this is, so 12 super restore flasks in your inventory. Placeholders for blue and crimson charms. It's up to you if you want to pick up the other ones, along with 2 emergency food and a brew to give you a little food. Your runes for casting, you want to be casting fire spells for these. So as you can see, I selected on air because Glacors are specifically weak to fire spells, and it makes much more of a difference than normal weaknesses do, and they're also weak to mage, so just do not use anything here except for fire spells. And then this is a spring cleaner. It's off the squeal. It basically crushes things into supplies and banks them for you, so you don't have to bring yak scrolls here. So I wouldn't worry about that. The yak is just to hold 5 more super restore flasks, which you will end up needing probably to complete this, the whole 2 flasks, and then a bunch of food which you really don't need at all, but I bring it just in case something goes ridiculously wrong, which is essentially impossible. So, as you can see, I have a load-up set out titled it Christmas, because there's no Glacors, but you can just copy this loadout perfectly or exactly, and that will be a fine way to jump into Glacors. So next, I will go over the way to get there. Alright, so in order to get to Glacors, you want to go to the nearest fairy ring to where you are. For me, this is the Yanile Lodestone, because this is the closest fairy ring to a home teleport tab, so I would recommend using this to get to Glacors every time. Just a quick note if you didn't already know, using fairy rings requires completion of a Fairy Tale Part 3 Orc's Rift or something like that. It's the 3rd in the fairy series, and also a Ritual of the Majorat has to be done for you to access the Glacor area. So then, you find the code for the Glacor cave. It's right here. In this case, I have it right here as my instant teleport, and then it will teleport you here, which is very bright with bloom on. And these are Glacors. You will get this little notification down in your chat box. This is also a helpful boost. It works in areas such as God Wars Dungeon, but it still applies here, which is nice. So, in order to do Glacors effectively, I would recommend having Soul Split and the Mage Turmoil, I'm forgetting the name now, and just always use Protect item no matter where you are. But anyways, you want to have Soul Split and this curse. If you don't have this curse, you'll get by fine with just Soul Split. It's just nicer to speed up the kills. And then, if you don't have Soul Split, these do use main mage and range attacks, so you can't fully protect from anything. If you're on a standard spellbook, you'd either have to be prayer swapping between the two, or be expecting to eat a lot more food, or compensate with a vampirism scrimshaw. But these are weak anyways, and it's not a big deal. You probably only need about probably between 75 and 80 magic would be the minimum requirements for this. But in addition, it's very helpful to have all these things that I've mentioned to speed up kills, and you will achieve the maximum XP an hour. So, I will next jump into the killing of a Glacior. Before I do that, I should also mention that you don't need to have a pack yak to successfully kill Glacors. You can bring a war tortoise or even a unicorn, and you don't need to worry about going for 2 flasks at all. And these will also be very beneficial in training yourself. Alright, so into the killing of the Glacor. So you want to drink whatever stat boosting potion you have and your prayer renewal potion. Toggle your quick prayers, which should be set as I showed, and feel free to copy my action bar because I find this extremely effective for killing Glacors. So on the first Glacor you killed the trip, it will be slightly different, but simply keep DPSing the Glacor while avoiding the abilities Combust and Chain. I'll explain that in a second. And you can use Fire Breath initially simply to speed it up, as it'll recharge in time for this. So 3 Glacites will be spawned, and you want to attack the Enduring Glacite, Fire Breath, and then use Chain. And that should knock these out pretty quickly. And then you want to kill them, and to achieve the maximum XP and efficiency, you should kill the Sapping Glacite second and the Combusting one third, because it's best to have the Glacor end with the combusting effect. So now we're at 100% adrenaline. I will put that in slow motion after this second kill here to show you guys what that looks like in more detail, because it's very confusing. But second Glacor here, we have more adrenaline. What you want to do is use Wild Magic and either Smoke Tendrils or Deep Impact. I use Smoke Tendrils. You should always use that when it's off cooldown. Once again, attack the Enduring, Fire Breath, Chain. You always want to make sure the Enduring dies first, and then kill this before its bar reaches yellow. If it's completely yellow, you want to run away. And see here, the Glacor gained the effect of the Glacite, so if that bar got to full, it would explode. So then for the third kill here, once again, Wild Magic, and since that is on cooldown, you're going to want to use Deep Impact. You can see I'm hitting very high on Glacors because of fire spells. Once again, Enduring Glacite, Fire Breath, Chain. So you want to be avoiding those abilities in general when you're not killing the Glacites, so that you have them available to kill Glacites with. So you just keep killing those, and then finish off the Glacor with an Asphyxiate is what you should always do. So that is about the gist of what you do, but I will play a slow motion Glacor kill and then a normal speed of the same kill to show you the... Alright, so I slowed this clip down to give us a better idea of what exactly is going on. So you attack the Glacor, use Wild Magic as I mentioned, then the Tendrils ability. This should bring it down to 20k. Or approximately 20k is where it proceeds to spawn the minions, like so. It shoots out 3 and you cannot damage it at this time. Immediately click the dark blue Enduring Glacite, put a bleed on it, and then run backwards, both to walk it and because Glacites take more damage the farther they are away from the Glacor. Proceed to kill the Enduring Glacite, using Dragon Breath and Chain to damage the others in the process, and then kill them in the order of Enduring, and then Sapping, and then Combusting. So that's dark blue, light blue, red. Then finish off the Glacor with a Asphyxiate, and then basics to finish it off, not using the basics you need. So here is a special attack of a Glacor. It will slam its fists onto the ground and shoot a big spike at you. If you do not move at least 1 square away, you will get hit by that spike, and it can hit you for up to 4.5k. or something in that range. So you want to move if you see that spike running at you. So once again, that is dangerous. And then minions, bleed the Enduring Glacite, run backwards, Dragon Breath, and then Chain to get them all low and to kill the Enduring Glacite. Then kill the light blue Sapping Glacite, ready to click the Unstable Glacite. And then as you kill the Unstable Glacite, go back, attack the Glacor, finish it off with Asphyxiate again, and another basic. So essentially, to start every kill you want to use a Wild Magic and Tendrils, or Wild Magic and the better stun. So, in conclusion, Glacors have two special attacks, the minions, as were deeply covered in the commentary, and the spike, which was shown once. So the minions, as previously mentioned, you want to kill them in the order of dark blue enduring, light blue sapping, and red combusting. This is because the Glacor will take on the traits of the Glacite that you kill last. So absolutely do not kill the enduring last. You will find out for yourself how much of a pain it is if this happens. And then killing the sapping last results in more prayer drain, but this is not really a huge deal, so do not worry too much about the order of the other two. And if the red Glacite's bar fills all the way up to full, then you want to step away from it so it doesn't blow up and hurt you, and then just finish it off. And then for the spike attack, it moves slow enough that you'll see it, but you have to be paying attention because sometimes it can be hard to notice and you will end up taking way more damage than necessary. So simply step out of the way of the incoming spike. So, to conclude, Glacors are a very great creature to kill both for mage XP and charms. As you can see, I just did a few kills for the commentary here, and I've already gotten this many charms. So they're quite good, and they are also good money. So they drop many drops, and you want to pick up every single drop except for the pure essence and the fleshing supplies. Everything else you want to keep noted in your inventory, especially the shards of Armadil. What you do with those is save them up until you have 100, then you can create an orb with them, add it to a battle staff, and you have yourself an Armadil battle staff, which should take about 10 hours to complete, and it's 12 mil. So Glacors are actually about 2 mil would be my estimate per hour, so it's a great way to gain lots of XP and make money, especially for the upcoming double XP weekend. So I hope you all found my guide helpful, and if you have any questions, I would appreciate it if you left them down in the comments section and like the video to see more guides in the future. So I hope you all have a nice day and good luck Glacor killing.